Welcome back. Welcome back.
What's up, everybody?
Yes, happy Saturday.
Absolutely. We are so glad that you guys came to be a part of another discussion where we are just real people.
Dealing with real issues.
Absolutely. So we are so glad that you guys came to join us in another conversation of Let's Conversate with Josh and Sharon. And we're just so excited about, life. I mean, life is beautiful.
Yes, it is.
Oh, man, life is so beautiful. I mean, but it's just so much is going on in the world.
Yes, it is.
I mean, this world is out of change. I mean, the stuff that have you been watching what's in the news lately, Sharon?
Yes, I have.
I mean, like it's just so much chaos and so much division.
Yes, it is.
Oh
So
my
much
God!
going on.
Oh my God! There's so much division, so much hatred in the world.
Yes, it is.
Especially right here in the homeland of the U.S. of A. I mean, it's just so much just anger.
Right.
I mean, the anger just in the atmosphere. I mean, I don't know, man. With these high gas prices and inflation up everywhere, and cost of milk and cost of eggs record highs. And I'm just wondering, if people just done bump their head. What's really going on?
Yeah, what's really going on?
I mean, all these mass shootings. Y'all know we was gonna talk about this, right? Y'all know with all these shootings going on, we were gonna come in and we were gonna talk about this today because I mean, let's just get to it though, Sharon. Because I mean, it's just so much going on, in this world. I mean,
Yes, it is.
we're living in perilous times.
Yes, we is.
The Bible refers to these days and these times as perilous times. Y'all listen, and this here might not be like one of those real happy segments, that we normally do. This is like more of a serious situation because
it's
we
serious.
we have to get down to the bottom of this
What's going
saga.
on?
Yes. I mean, like these folk, kids, like young adults, teenagers, they are going in these schools and these public stores and uh, Buffalo, New York, and over here in Texas, and something just happened. Pastor Holly was talking about,
Chattanooga.
shooting down in Chattanooga, and right in front of the police. I mean, the folk they just
enough is enough.
yeah, like I mean, when is enough is enough?
Yeah.
I mean, it's out of control.
Yes, it is.
Out of control. I mean, I don't even know where to start. It's like so much has done happen. You know, my heart and my deepest, condolences and sympathy and my prayers are with the families, in Buffalo and the families that's over in the little town in Texas. These I mean, can you wrap your mind around, you know, second graders, third graders, fourth graders, teachers
That's sad. That's sad.
going down. Parents woke them up that morning just to send them off to
Send
school.
them off to school, and then just to hear on the news that it's a shooting at your child or children's school.
Yeah,
That's just
this one's tough, you guys.
terrifying.
Wow. But I believe this here, Sharon. Through it all, God has a plan.
Yes, God. Now, truly, God has a plan.
He has a plan. Yeah, I mean, with all this taking place, I'm lost for words almost of what to say about this whole situation. Um, but what bothering me though that I wanted to come on and talk about this whole situation with these mass shootings and everything is how quick, the people that are supposed to be in leadership, the politicians and these senators and these governors and these, representatives of their, individual, states,
Yeah.
how quick they take this stuff and they weaponize it and use it, for their own political powers.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, there's two sides to this thing, right? I'm not sure if I totally agree with the premise of stricter gun laws.
Okay.
And I'm explaining this.
Okay.
To me, now you guys, if you guys got something that you want to chime in, you got comments, because we don't have all the answers.
No, we don't.
We don't even try to act like we got all the answers.
I know that's
But what
right.
we will offer you is a conversation.
Yes, we will.
You know,
We'll definitely have a conversation.
we're just ordinary people
Yes, dealing with real
dealing
issues.
with real issues, and we just like to talk and have a conversation about these things. And we have an opinion. That doesn't mean all the time our opinion is the best
Hmm.
opinion, you know. But I mean, I'm a person that just speaks from my heart, you know, and what I see, you
Yeah.
know, from my point of view,
Yes.
you know. So that's why we're individuals, because we all have our different point of view about things. And we
That's
just have an
correct.
open
That's
dialogue, and
correct.
maybe after we have an open dialogue about certain issues or
Hmm.
these
Then
issues,
you can address it.
we could come to a solution of
Yes.
something kind of some sort, you know. But I'm not sure if I'm so sold out, Sharon, on like the stricter gun laws, because it seems like to me that when they stricken use the word right, when they're making more restrictions for gun laws, it seems like it's to me a target, you know, the wrong people.
Hmm.
And people always, you know, in America, they always want to throw everybody in the same basket,
Uh-huh.
right? So you might listen. They they want to stricken gun laws against people that might have gotten a felony or
Hmm.
might have gotten a misdemeanor. But I'm gonna be honest with you. Some of the best people in this country are people that don't have past felonies.
You're right about it.
I would actually trust my life more, you know, with somebody that have been convicted of a crime, you know, versus some of these lunatics that are never
Outrageous.
been convicted of a crime. Some of these people that has never been convicted of anything, they're more dangerous to me than people that haven't, because they feel like because they have not been caught,
Or a
you know,
background.
because if we be honest, there's a lot of folk that probably should be felons that are not felons, you know, and done some foolish stuff.
Hmm.
But then you got some guys that might have committed some crime some years ago or whatever the case may be.
And they got the lives
Right, got their lives
together.
together, and some of and the crime they might have committed might have had nothing to do with no gun or
Right.
anything or
You're right.
violence. But just because they wear this stigma of a felon,
Hmm.
you know, they're looked at as, you know, less than.
You're right.
And the laws are designed to keep weapons away from all these people, and they group them all in the best. Now, don't get me wrong, there are some people that have committed crimes that I feel like you should definitely keep firearms and things away. But there are people that may have had charges,
Hmm.
but that might have been overcharged for something. You couldn't afford an attorney to get the charge, to beat the charge. Some people might have been wrongfully accused of something.
Uh-huh.
And there's a lot
Because
of
it
people.
happens.
It's a lot of
It
people
definitely
up under
happens.
the umbrella of a felony,
You're right.
you know. But then you got these kids that's been indoctrinated in hate, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and they grow up and they can't wait till they get 18 years old. They
Just
get
to
18
purchase a
years
gun.
old, then they're allowed to go in these stores, these gun stores, and they're allowed to buy these semi-automatic rifles, you know, straight people hunters.
Hmm.
This ain't no animal hunting gun. You shoot an animal with some of these guns, you blow it into pieces. That it won't even be no good for meat or anything like that. So these rifles, these AR-15s and these high power rifles, these are war, you know, combat,
They don't need those.
right? They are combat guns.
Hmm.
You know, therefore, you know, action,
You're
you
right.
know, and not action against no deer, a coon, a squirrel. This is action against people. These are people killers. And then the law, I'm definitely for, you know, raising the age limit for gun purchases,
Hmm.
because here you got a child that's coming straight out of high school,
Hmm. 18.
18, 17, 18, 19 years old, just coming from being 17 out of high school, and already allowed, they haven't witnessed no life yet, and allowed to walk into a gun store and buy
And purchase
semi-automatic
one. Yeah.
rifles, and then come back and load up on all kind of ammunition, right?
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
Because why is it like that? You know, I don't get it. And here it is, they spending, oh man, these people are just not protecting our children.
No, they're
You
not.
understand? And I don't know what this here foolishness is with these officers, that they took an hour with all the weapons they have and the equipment, what they're equipped with, to go in that school and put their lives on the line for what they swore to do, and to save a lot of those kids that got killed in that school. And to take over an hour to
Hmm.
go into school,
Hmm.
and I think it took like a border patrol or
That's
somebody,
correct. That's correct.
officer, to come in to
Hmm.
rescue. the killer, the
The shooter.
suspect,
Yeah.
right? The shooter. You're not a suspect. He's the shooter. He's the one who did it. Let's
Mm-hmm.
let's get off of the wording stuff too. That's another problem. We want to word things so political correctly. Oh, the suspect, the alleged shooter.
The
He's
shooter.
alleged shooter. He's the shooter.
Mm-hmm.
Point blank and simple. You
Don't
know,
sugarcoat it.
you know. When I grew up, when I grew up, we had. I think when I was in elementary school, right before I got out of elementary school, before elementary school was done for me, they still allow, paddling in the school. And I'm not advocating for that, but they did allow prayer. And ever since, you think about it now, I know my age group, and then there's my parents, and then there's their parents. And in the history of this country, when there was prayer in the school, when they taught about Christ or when they taught about God, now they don't even want to say Christ or God anymore because everybody got these different religions. We don't want to offend nobody.
Mm-hmm.
We just adopting too much stuff, and it's out of control,
It is.
right? So now that we don't have prayer in the school, we have these ungodly people that's legislating in our Congress and legislating in our commissioners' offices, legislating in our Senate office, and representing our state. These are ungodly people. They don't have no love for God. They don't want nothing to do with God, and they're advocating for what they believe and what they want from their heart.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been proven that everything that since prayer have been took out of schools, that each year, each decade, it has gotten worse and worse and worse. I'm talking about from Columbine all the way on to now. I think Columbine was in what, like 1999 or something
Yes.
like that when that happened,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and it has gotten worse and worse. Why? Because parents are not allowed to discipline their children without being worried about
Going to jail.
absolutely or getting or HRS called on them or something like that. But they'll discipline our children. They'll take them.
Mm-hmm.
They'll shoot them cold blooded in the street,
Because
beat
sometimes
them.
they feel like they're a threat,
Absolutely.
because they look a certain way.
Right, right. They beat them.
Sad.
They do a lot of things to them.
Sad.
We'll put the knee on their neck for 8.5 minutes or not, however long it was that happened to George Floyd. And it's sad.
It is.
We have taken prayer out the school. We have taken God away from the equation. And when you took God away from the equation, you opened up room for the enemy to come in
Wow.
and to take it by force
Force.
and to, just like the title says, get out of control with it.
Mm-mm.
And everything is out of control. So anyways, they're focusing their laws on trying to keep, you know, the guns away from people that have been convicted as felons, where they want to group everybody together. But these people that's doing all these mass shootings, these ain't convicted felons.
No, they're not.
These are ordinary people,
Mm-hmm.
killing their grandmothers and and relatives and things, and going into these shoes and these grocery
Stores.
stores
Yeah.
and just mass shooting.
Churches.
Yeah, just shooting up people. These are ordinary people,
Mm-hmm.
but we want to strengthen these laws against the people that probably be best suited to help and protect us.
Right.
Because I know a lot of good people. I'm sorry if you don't. I know a lot of good people, you know, that have had past situations and whatever
Mm-hmm.
case may be, and then grow from them
And their
situations.
lives even better now.
I'm one of the people. I had stuff that happened in my past, and grow from it. And I know I'm a good person. I'm a good-hearted person,
Yes. Yes.
because you know, I love my children.
Mm-hmm.
I love your children. I love you. I don't want anything to happen to you. I don't want anything to happen to your family, you know. And this whole situation with these politicians, and you got these senators, man, they quick, it baffles me how quick some of these senators, I ain't gonna call none of them by name because I don't want. I got friends on the right, and I got friends on the left. I got people that I associate with on both sides. I try to stay in the middle, but I like to call things for what they are
Mm-hmm.
on both sides. And my grandfather, he told me like this. When we talk about a Republican, this is how neutral I am. You talk about the Republican Party and you talk about the Democratic Party. You say one party is of the devil and the other one's of Satan. So which one you want? You know what I mean? So I mean that's how I look at it. But I like to call it out for what it is. You got certain senators that always be in front of these cameras, and you know who they are. They're always quick to jump in front of the camera when stuff like this go on. But how many of them will take up arms and go and rescue your children? How many of them will put themselves on the line to rescue somebody? No, they always they talking heads with talking points because they always season power. They always want in power. They career politicians, all they care about is themselves. They care about their pockets. They don't care nothing about you, the American people. They only care about you is when it's time for you to vote them into office. And we keep voting these wackos in the office, and these wackos keep lying to us, and they don't do anything. And all they're doing is turn us one against another with their lies.
Right. All right. So I just want to this is what we
I go
find.
on too
It's,
long.
oh, it's all good. I just want to talk on this about what you saw on Google. A mass shooting is defined as resulting in the death of 4 or more people, not including the perpetrator. Since 1999, Columbine High School mass scare, 169 people have died, and 14 events connected to the U.S. school and colleges to this day.
Wow. That's a lot of people. How many
That's a
people?
lot.
Since 1999, 169 people
169.
in mass shootings.
Mm-hmm.
What the world? Out of control. It is out of control. And since this is 1999,
Mm-hmm.
okay, so in 99, we was finishing up with Bill Clinton.
Mm-hmm.
Then 2000, we got George W. Bush.
Mm-hmm.
Then 2008, we got Barack Obama.
Mm-hmm.
Then 2016, we got Donald Trump. In 2020, we got Joe Biden. So that's what, 5 different presidents from both major parties in the country.
Mm-hmm.
What has been done? Nothing.
Nothing.
We depended on the wrong people. We got to go back to the higher power.
Hey, we gotta pray like never
We
before.
got to let God back in.
Yes, we
These
have
folk can't.
to.
These folk cannot listen. None of these folk that we are voting in offices, none of these folk can save us.
No, they can't.
They can't.
They can't.
They can't save our children.
No, they can't.
They can't save your children. They don't have the answer. They
What you said? Enough of talking about it. It's time for action.
they don't have the answer. They can't. We have to rise up and we have to make action. We have to call these people that we elected in offices. We have to blow their phones up. We have to peacefully protest. We have to do whatever it takes to let these people know that enough is enough. We're not going to accept this anymore.
Stop.
Ma'am, age limit. Who cares about the NRA? The age limit need to be raised. I feel like it should be raised from 18 to 21. Me, I'd rather see it 25. But I know I'm not going to get that. But, what I mean? At least
21.
Absolutely. And then everybody need to go on a some type of mental health evaluation. When you're buying firearms, you're buying stuff that's deadly, that's meant to kill folk, right? And there should be, some type of evaluation. And then when they talk about background checks, what you checking for, huh? These folk that's doing the mass shooting, right? If you don't get me wrong, I'm not against background checks because I feel like some people that do have felons should not have no firearm ever in their life. So I'm not advocating for all felons, but I'm advocating for some of the ones that have had stuff that was not violent in their past, stuff that they did not constantly continue to do over and over, something that might have been honest mistakes. But these are good people that law-abiding, tax-paying. You still taking their tax dollars. These are good people, law-abiding people that have not been in trouble in 20, 30 years. These people that want to right to vote, they right to be, equal in this country. This supposed to be a country of second chances, right? I thought so. So why are we making gun laws and we toughening up gun laws that are going to target a group of people? Watch this. That's not even a problem.
Whew. Okay.
The people that's the problem is the people that don't have no background.
That's what it looked like.
These are the people that's killing up people. That's what it and then you got the loopholes, and you got the what's the cat name that did the Emmanuel and church shooting in Carolina? whatever his name. That's irrelevant. But anyways, this cat here, he did have something that happened in his past, but he still got around and got his gun. It didn't show up on him, but he was able to get around that system and still get his gun and go into these people Bible study and do what he did. You know what I mean?
My God.
And then this cat Kyle Rittenhouse, somebody bought a gun for him and he got the gun, and so he had a gun illegally, but he still walked away from everything he did. He killed multiple people, man, at this protest. What you was there for? What give you the given right to feel like you can leave your place to go and call yourself, take law in your own hand, that you're gonna protect somebody else's property, but you weren't standing post protecting nobody's property. You walking up and down the road.
It's like they quick to say, "Oh, they had a mental problem." You need
Oh yeah, they always want to tie a mental problem
mental
with somebody.
problem.
Well,
And if it's
my point is, how is you so quick to diagnose somebody after the crime done already
all
happened?
right now,
You should have been diagnosed them before this stuff even happened,
yes,
right?
evaluation.
They spying on everybody. They spy on us on Google and everything we search it with. Anytime you go online, you search anything, they come back and advertise stuff that they think you're interested in based on what you done searched on. So if you're
Yes.
doing all that there, then you should know these old wackos is on these old stream websites and stuff.
What they're searching,
Right?
what they're
You know what I mean? So
purchasing.
you know who these folks are all along. But we allow these people, you know, and I'm talking about these senators and these politicians and things. We allow these people to continue to stay in office year after year, decade after decade. Y'all need to kick some of these folk out of office. I'm telling you, some of these loud mouths, man, I want to call their name so bad, but I ain't gonna do it. I know who they are. I want to get them, you know. But you know who they are too, man. These folk, they career politicians. They got to go. They're not helping. They're no help to the problem. They are dividers. They divide this country. They keep us fighting against each other. And while we sit here fighting against each other, right in the borders of this country, from coast to coast, from sea to shining sea, while we sit here fighting, in-house fighting, you got a whole world of people outside of the coastline that
Time to come together in
that want
unity.
to absolutely that want to take us
Unity.
all out. Yeah, we need unity. We need prayer.
Yeah.
Let the Lord back in. Yahweh ain't
Prayer.
working.
Yes.
It ain't working for me.
It's not.
Let Lord back in, you know. Parents need to have more rights over their children. You know, what I mean, they took all the rights. The problem is they group everybody in the same basket,
Category. Yeah.
right? Everybody in the same basket. You got folk that don't even have kids telling you how to raise your kids. But you can't raise your kids like you want to, like you were taught to raise your kids. You can't chastise them. You spare the rod, spoil the child. You can't do all that stuff no more. Why? Because they want to lock you up now for child abuse when you ain't even abusing your children. For they are the abusers. They the one who's shooting and gunning your children down in the streets. They the one who's pull up on your children demanding for ID for no reasons and stuff like that, pulling them over for out tail light. You pull somebody over for a tail light out on the back of their car and it turns into a murder. Done gun them down because you said it was a resisting arrest. When was they ever on arrest? It's out of control. You know, but except they allow the Lord back in, it's going to continue to go that way because we're looking for the wrong people to protect us and to protect our children. These folk can't protect us.
No.
They can't even protect themselves. When the stuff happened with the Capitol, you should have seen them running. Y'all running for now. Some of the loudmouth ones too. Y'all the first one running. You know, I'm angry with these folk. They hypocrites. And I'm sad. Again, my heart goes out to each and every family from Buffalo, New York, to Texas, back to Tennessee and Chattanooga, and to everywhere that this senseless gun violence is going on. My heart bleeds with sorrow and ache and pain that this stuff is going on, and then these people that society depends on to come up with the right laws and come up with the right solutions and stuff, and they can't do it because they so busy worrying about what the NRA and different ones gonna say about it because they won't fund their campaign for re-election because it's a self motivated thing. They motivate themselves. They care about power. They don't care nothing about us, the people. They don't care nothing about our children. They could care less. They get on the news. They love when stuff like this go on because it gives them a chance to get on the news and get their talking points out there. Rile up your emotions and make you feel some kind of way and get you angry so you can go down there and vote. Then you don't hear from them no more. They don't do nothing for you no more until it's time to vote again.
Wow. Wow.
That's just what I have observed. One party is of the devil, and the other one's of Satan. You know, and America's in trouble.
Oh yeah.
If America don't turn back to God, I'm afraid this is that America's in trouble. It's been in trouble.
It's been in
You know,
trouble.
you got to turn back to God.
That's it.
God is the key. Turn back to faith. Faith unlocks the door. Right?
My God.
Mhm.
Prayer is the key.
Prayer is the key.
And faith unlocks the door.
If faith unlocks the door. I'm telling y'all, man, we in perilous times, y'all. I mean, like I said, this here segment here has not been the usual thing that we does, but we just had to, weigh in. Right, we had to weigh in on what's going on out here in this world, you guys. For those of y'all that are believers, that are prayer warriors, pray. Prayer is the key. And what? Faith unlocks the door. Keep praying. Keep God first. And you're gonna be all right. We're gonna be all right.
Oh yeah.
America's gonna be all right. God got it in control. But we have to continue to pray, and pray for these people that's in office and vote these people out of office. Get them out of there. If they ain't doing right, if they ain't doing what they said they're gonna do when they asked you and they came to your homes and they came to your neighborhoods, came to your churches, asking for your vote, and they're not doing what they said they do, you got to hold these people accountable, don't you?
Right. Yes.
You got to hold them accountable. And if you don't hold them accountable, then what can you complain about? These kids, man, it's sad, man. It's sad what's going on in this world. Listen, y'all, we're going to get out of here. You got something else, babe?
I was just going to say, pray without ceasing.
Absolutely. Pray without ceasing. Y'all, listen, we got to get out of here. We got to go. Yeah. Some wicked stuff going on out there. But if we continue to pray, keep God first. Y'all let God back in them schools. You hear me? Let him back in. Start praying with your children before you go to bed at night.
Yes.
Grab them, teach these kids how to pray. Teach these kids how to talk to God. That's all I can say, Man, God bless you. God bless you.
Until next time.
Yeah, I know, right? Hey, we got to go. Deuces. We out.